I didn't mean to hear it. Her voice slipped through the half-closed bedroom door like a blade. No, he still thinks I'm trying, Lena whispered. But honestly, I wish he'd just stop. I don't want him anymore. My hand froze on the doorknob. Air stalled in my lungs. My heartbeat turned into something sharp and electric, pulsing in my ears like distant thunder. For a moment, I thought she was talking to a friend. She'd been distant for weeks, tired, stressed, quiet. I'd rationalized every cold shoulder, every forced smile. People change. Relationships have seasons. We were going through one. But then a man's voice answered. You shouldn't feel guilty, he murmured. You deserve better. The world tilted. I stepped back from the door, my breath shallow, my palms slick with sweat. But it wasn't fury that hit me first. It was confusion, thick and choking. Had I done something? Had I missed something? Had she been hurting and I failed to see it? I hated that my first instinct was to blame myself. I slipped down the hallway before either of them noticed, descending the stairs as quietly as I could. When the front door clicked shut behind me, the cold night air slapped my face like it was trying to wake me up. But I was already awake. Painfully, violently awake. I wandered the neighborhood, the streetlights smearing into golden streaks through the tears I refused to let fall. My phone buzzed in my pocket. 3 messages from Lena asking where I'd gone. I ignored them. My mind replayed the sound of her voice, the softness she used to reserve for me, now given to someone else. The betrayal wasn't a sudden explosion. It was a quiet, agonizing suffocation. I could feel it unraveling inside me thread by thread. But beneath the heartbreak, something else stirred. Something I didn't recognize. Not anger exactly, but a colder, more deliberate awareness. A need to understand. To piece together the truth before it crushed me completely. By the time I returned, the house was silent again. She was sitting at the kitchen table when I walked in, phone in hand, eyes wide with worry. But when she saw my face, the worry flickered into something else. Fear? Guilt? Maybe both. Where did you go? She asked, voice trembling. Needed air. I hung my coat. Who were you talking to? Her fingers clenched around her phone. No one. A lie. A stupid one. Lena. My voice came out calm, too calm. I heard you. Her eyes glistened with panic. You heard what? I didn't say it. I wanted her to confess without me forcing the words into her mouth. Seconds stretched. The silence between us tightened, pulling our history taut like a wire on the verge of snapping. Finally, she exhaled shakily. Okay. I was talking to Jonah. My stomach dropped. Her coworker. The one she'd mentioned casually. The funny one. The easy-to-talk-to one. I had ignored the faint discomfort I'd felt every time his name came up. I trusted her. I trusted us. What were you talking about? I asked. She looked down. Us. Us. I repeated, the word hollow. And you didn't want me anymore? She closed her eyes, tears escaping. I didn't mean it like that. Then how did you mean it? Silence. Her breathing hitched. I feel trapped. I feel guilty all the time. You're trying so hard and I can't match it. I'm exhausted. I don't know how to fix us. And Jonah he listens. There it was. The blow I'd sensed but hadn't wanted to name. Not an affair. Not yet. But the door was open. And I had been replaced emotionally long before tonight. I sat across from her. Do you want to fix us? Her eyes darted away. That was my answer. A strange calm washed over me. A clarity so sharp it almost hurt. Okay, I said softly. If you want me to stop trying, I will. Relief flickered across her face. And the sight of it was the deepest cut of all. The next days passed in surreal quiet. She packed a small bag to stay with her sister for a few days. Another lie. I saw the message from Jonah pop up on her screen when she thought I wasn't looking. I didn't confront her. I didn't scream. I didn't beg. Instead, I started gathering my own pieces. I found an attorney. Quietly. Efficiently. I froze the joint account to investigate suspicious charges. I changed the passwords to everything I had once shared with her. I removed her as beneficiary from my insurance. I asked my boss for a transfer I'd been denying myself for years. Not revenge. Self-preservation. She had already chosen her path. I was simply stepping off the bridge before it collapsed under me. On the third day, she returned to pick up more clothes. Jonah waited in the car, engine running. She wouldn't meet my eyes as she stuffed shirts into a duffel. "Aiden," she whispered. "I'm sorry." "You're not," I said quietly. "You're relieved. There's a difference." She flinched. "I never slept with him," she added, desperate for some scrap of moral ground. "I know," I said. "But you left a long time ago." Her chin trembled. "I didn't mean to hurt you." "You didn't intend to," I said. "But you did the moment you handed someone else the parts of you that used to belong to me." She looked at me then, really looked. And for the first time I saw something like regret dawn in her eyes. Too late. So painfully late. "Aiden, what happens now?" I handed her an envelope. The papers inside were crisp, final, unambiguous. Her face went white. "You're divorcing me?" "You told me to stop trying," I said, voice barely above a whisper. "So I did. And without trying, this is what's left." Her breath shuddered. The duffel slipped from her hand and hit the floor with a dull thud. "I didn't think you'd actually let me go," she choked out. That was the tragedy. In her mind, I was supposed to cling to her even as she loosened her grip on me. She expected me to wait, to break, to stay tethered to the ghost of what we used to be. But something had been unleashed the moment I heard her voice through the door. A realization, a boundary, a self-respect I didn't know I still possessed. "Goodbye, Lena," I said gently. She reached for me, but I stepped back. In the silence that followed, I watched the truth settle into her bones. She hadn't lost me because she didn't love me. She lost me because I finally understood that I deserved someone who didn't want to be elsewhere. Outside, Jonah leaned forward in the driver's seat, watching her, waiting. She wiped her tears and walked toward the car. I closed the door before she looked back.